ChatGPT launched back in November 2022, and in the last 3.5 years, we've seen a whole new wave of millionaires and billionaires of people who got ahead of this AI wave. Well, it's about to happen again, but this time it's not AI doing your work on your computer, it's a robot doing your work in the real world. Now, I get it, I'm just a random guy on YouTube, so what do I know? But here's what the CEO of NVIDIA had to say.
The ChatGPT moment for general robotics is just around the corner.
Interestingly though, these robots already exist. They're just not really in the United States yet. China has already deployed millions of robots to do the work that humans used to. Here in the United States, we haven't seen that robot boom yet because building robots just isn't profitable. It's been working in China because the Chinese government has been pumping huge sums of money into these robotics companies to keep them afloat. Well, it looks like that might be changing here in the United States, which is why you want to pay attention not just as a human, but also as an investor. Number one, we're getting closer to profitability with robotics. We're not there yet, but number two, the Trump administration has been talking about putting billions of dollars into the robotics industry. That way we can continue to compete with China. So if you're an investor and you want to see how this could create a potential investment opportunity for you, make sure you stick with me until the end of this video. And if you've been investing your money and you feel a little bit uncertain about your retirement with all the craziness happening in the economy and changes with Trump policies and changes with technology, and you want to see how you can invest your money better, I'm hosting a live, free, and virtual investor workshop on March 18th, where I'm going to be presenting research as to where money is moving now based off of all the changes that we're seeing with technology, but also changes with the Federal Reserve Bank, but also changes with Trump policies and how these create investment opportunities for you. I'll be presenting a bunch of research on March 18th. I'm doing the workshop twice live on March 18th, once in the morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and again in the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you'd like to join me, all you have to do is register. It's free. And I have the link for you down in the description below. Oh, and when you actually show up live on the workshop, you're also going to get a digital copy of my team's newest book, How Money Changed Forever, for free. All you have to do is register, but then actually show up live on the workshop and it'll be emailed to you. Now, just so we're on the same page, the whole idea behind robotics is we build this robot that has AI as its brain. That way it can do everything that a human does. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, according to MIT, we're approximately 5 years away from robots being able to fold your clothes, do your laundry, do your dishes, and cook for you. That way you never have to do it again. It sounds crazy, but every new innovation sounded a little crazy at first. When Amazon started selling stuff on the internet, people thought it was insane.
With his computers, Bezos used to sell a lot of computer books to computer nerds. These days, the Amazon goes everywhere.
When credit cards let you buy your lunch by swiping a piece of plastic instead of paying with cash, people laughed.
The home of the Whopper is offering cash or credit.
I think it's pretty bad if you have to use a credit card when you go to a fast food restaurant for something as little as $3.10.
If I use my GM card and I get a 5% rebate, if I eat here long enough, I'll be able to buy a pickup truck.
Burger King bosses say workers won't have to figure out how much change the customer gets back.
I just hope it doesn't slow things down at the cash and carry, that people are going to be having to call New York and get the confirmation or whatever it is, because when I want a Whopper, I want it now.
And today we're only a few years away from humanoids, meaning human type robots, fully entering our economy here in the United States. These are robots that can work in the factory and build you a car. These are robots that can build you your next house. These are robots that could do your next surgery for you and remove your tonsils. These are robots that could fold your clothes. These are robots that can make you breakfast. And these are robots that can drive you to work. Now, the reason why I'm making this video specifically today is because we've already seen a big growth with robotics in the last few years. But it's about to explode. Because number one, companies are really investing more into robotics because they're starting to see the profitability potential. And we have the United States government, more specifically the Trump administration, that is putting billions of dollars into this industry, which is new, which could change the trajectory of how robotics are built. Just take a look. I was recently in Los Angeles and there were so many Waymos on the street, and these Waymos are driverless cars that are kind of like an Uber. But instead of having a driver, the car drives you by itself. And to see how much that this driverless car business has been growing, by mid-2023, Waymo was doing about 10,000 driverless cars a week. By the end of 2025, it was doing 450,000 driverless drives a week, which is a growth of about 45x in just 2.5 years. We can also take a look at Amazon. Back in 2019, Amazon had about 200,000 robots working in their warehouses and factories. Fast forward to 2025, and they have a little bit over 1 million robots working in their warehouses. So over the last few years, we've seen a big growth of robotics here in the United States. But we're still way behind China, who has their government subsidizing these robotics companies. Well, it looks like that's going to be changing here in the United States. The Trump administration has been very vocal about AI. Well, towards the end of 2025, the Trump administration said that they want to go all in on robotics as well. Now, that can include robots that are fighting in the military, but also robots that are folding your clothes for you. And if this trend continues, it is going to create a new shift in our economy. It is going to change wealth, and it's going to mean that money is going to change hands again. And the people that can get ahead of this can capitalize on this shift and build wealth for themselves because of it. Now, when we talk about AI and robotics, there's an inherent conflict in the economy because on one hand, President Trump says that he wants to bring more manufacturing back to the United States. But on the other hand, he wants to really invest in robotics. And if we do well with robotics, the reality is you probably don't need any people to work in those factories that we're bringing back into the United States. So that's something you want to pay attention to from an economic level, but building robots will create jobs, at least in the short term, but the question is how many jobs will it create relative to the ones it displaces. And this is why it is so important for you to understand how technology is going to change our economy, because our economy is changing very fast due to technology. And it's changing fast at a rate that we've never seen before, because the internet took decades to change our economy. ChatGPT has only been in existence for 3.5 years, and it's already revolutionized our economy, and we know that it's going to change our economy even more over the next 5 years as AI gets even smarter. Well, the next thing that's going to enter our economy is going to be robotics, and that is going to create a whole new wave, a whole new shift in our economy, and again, that's going to create wealth for the people that understand this and can get ahead of it, which is why it's so important for you to do that. So if you're not studying AI, if you're not studying this technology, I don't care what you do for a career or work, I recommend you do so to help build your job security, but then also so you can understand how you can find and build investment opportunities through this shift. Which brings me now to how does this all create an investment opportunity and where can you potentially invest your money? Now, as a disclosure, I'm just a random guy on YouTube. Investing has risks. You are never guaranteed to make money when you invest. In fact, you will lose money at some point, so make sure you always do your own due diligence and never blindly trust a random guy on YouTube. I'm going to go over some specific examples, but never invest more than you're willing to lose, and this is what I'm going to be talking about on a March 18th workshop, so if you haven't registered for that, again, I have the link for you down in the description. What every financially savvy investor wants to do is they want to follow the money, and we know that the United States government right now is investing their money into robotics in 3 ways. Number one, they're investing money into the United States military. More specifically, the Trump administration is putting billions of dollars into autonomous military equipment. Number two has to do with manufacturing, not just because the government is putting money into this industry, but because we're starting to see more discussions with the White House and leaders in robotics about passing and potentially giving tax incentives to factories that don't employ people, that do their work through robots. And finally, number three is R&D, which is essentially the Trump administration wants the United States to boost their input in robotics, which means that could be robots in every single industry, and so we're starting to see more money go into that industry as well from the government. So now that you understand that, let's talk about 4 different ways that you can invest your money into this space. Again, it's going to be volatile. It's not very profitable yet. There's a chance that it doesn't work. But if you believe in the future of robotics as a long-term investor, well, then this can create opportunities for you. But again, it's risky. So let's break this down. Section number 1 would be investing directly into the broad robotics space. And there are ETFs, which are funds, these basket of stocks that can give you exposure to robotics companies. Again, some of these robotics companies are going to go bankrupt. Some of them are not going to work, but some of them may. And when you invest in ETFs, you're getting broad exposure to that industry. So example number 1 is BOTZ, bots. This is an ETF that's giving exposure to 50 plus stocks in robotics and automation and autonomous vehicles. Example number 2 is Robo, R-O-B-O. This is another ETF also giving you broad exposure to the robotics industry. This ETF is giving exposure to a little bit more stocks, about 77 stocks, and this is giving you more diversified, including some smaller caps, some mid-cap stocks, all across the automation spectrum. Or maybe you see the biggest opportunity in the military side because you know that the government wants to invest in more autonomous military equipment, more autonomous drones, and other things like that. Well, there are ETFs that can give you exposure to the defense sector, which will include some of these new robotics companies as well. Example number 1 is ITA. This is an ETF that's giving exposure to aerospace and defense companies here in the United States. So you're getting direct exposure to the United States government investing money into military robotics. And then example number 2 is PPA. This one is a little bit more broad than ITA. This one is investing in more companies, more stocks, but this ETF is giving exposure to the full defense supply chain. Then we have the more broad side, which is the manufacturing side of things. If you believe that we're going to bring more manufacturing back to the United States, well, in theory, these manufacturing plants and factories should be able to make more money if they can operate with robots instead of people. And there are ETFs that can give you exposure to the manufacturing industry. For example, XLI. This is an ETF that's going to give you exposure to aerospace, defense, and industrial companies, giving you broad exposure to manufacturing that is happening here in the United States. And the last but not least is the AI infrastructure side, because for robotics to work, you need the infrastructure in AI. Now, I'm not talking about the AI brain, I'm talking about the backbone of AI, that regardless of who wins the AI race, you need the infrastructure to actually run and work the AI. Here are a few different examples. Number 1 is CHAT. Chat. This is an ETF that's giving exposure to generative AI and technology companies. But then we have DTCR. This is an ETF that's giving exposure to the data centers. Because now anytime you ask a question to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, all of that information has to be stored somewhere. And the place that is stored is in the cloud. Well, the cloud isn't in the sky, it's in a physical building called a data center. And if you start to build more robotics, more robots, well, that's going to be more data that has to be stored somewhere, and that's where data centers could benefit. And then we have SOXX. This is an ETF that's giving exposure to semiconductors, because you need these chips as the hardware inside of every single robot. You need these chips as the hardware to build any sort of AI. So regardless of who wins the race, this is the backbone of something that you need for it to work. Again, the whole robotics industry could completely fail. But this is giving you many different ways to potentially play it, depending on how direct you want to be into the robotics industry. So what we talked about in this video is how robotics is entering a new wave here in the United States. We've already seen a big growth of robotics over the last few years, but we haven't seen the big explosion the way that we saw with AI and ChatGPT. Well, it looks like we could be getting closer. Number 1, because China has been beating the United States. We know that the United States wants to be more competitive with China and to beat China. And now, as we're getting closer to profitability with robotics, not only can we expect to see more robots to be entering our economy over the next 5 years, but the United States government has also been committing billions of dollars into robotics, whether it's for the military, whether it's for manufacturing, or whether it's for R&D, which can create new and unique investment opportunities. Now, again, it doesn't mean that these assets will go straight up. What it means is that if this industry continues to grow, we could see more growth in these investments as well, but there's more risk associated with it. This is why on March 18th, again, I'm hosting my live, free, and virtual investor workshop. So if you haven't registered for that, I have the link for you down in the description. But it is very important now for you to get hip with what's going on with technology. I don't care what you do for a career, because technology is getting smarter, AI is getting smarter, and robots are not that far from entering our economy. And it's going to shake up our economy in a way that we've really never seen before, even with AI. So it's better for you to get ahead of it instead of being the person that's chasing it. Now, if you got value out of this video, the best thank you is a referral. So if you could, please share this video with a friend, family member, colleague, or fellow investor. That way we can continue to spread this type of financial education. Thank you. The government has quietly started to stimulate markets again, and most people are not paying attention. How do I know? Because on February 5th, 2026, the Treasury Department announced that the Federal Reserve Bank has pumped $90 billion to stabilize markets so far, and they have no plans of slowing down.